Hi. Welcome to part 3 of February 27th of 2021. So I got that all figured out. My roommates are taking one of our friends to his house, so that way he can take care of some stuff because he's got to go to work at 2. And one of my pops came in the mail today. Woo! Yeah, I ordered 2 from GameStop. I got a Vaporeon and 1 pre-order. And I'm not going to the store to pick them up, so I'm going to have them get delivered to the house. But the one I pre-ordered is Mew. They have a Mew pop, which I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, out of all the Legendaries of Gen 1, which there's only 5, there's the 3 Legendary Birds of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Articuno is probably the worst type-wise because it has a 4 times weakness to rock. But hey, they're all immune to ground, and with Zapdos being electric and steel, or electric and flying, because ground is a big weakness of electric, since it's part flying type, it can't be hit by ground attacks, which is nice. But yeah, I just think that, well, for one, between all of them, of which one I think is the best, I think probably Articuno is probably the best. Oh, I probably should cross like here. I'm guessing you're gonna go right. Oh no, you went left. Great, you should have told me when you had your turn signal on. What the hell happened here? Okay, so but yeah, Articuno is probably the best out of the 3 of them, because there's better ways to get electric and fire types, but there's no real, other than Articuno, there is no real good ice type. I mean, there's actually, up until like Gen 3, there's really no pure ice types, like ever. Because all the other ice types up until Gen 3 are like ice and something or something else in ice. The most common two type combinations are water and ice and psychic and ice. But I'm pretty sure that water and ice is probably the more common of the two. But yeah, in Gen 1 there's only like 4 ice types. There's Dugong, water and ice. There's Cloyster, water and ice. There's Jinx, psychic and ice. And there's Articuno, ice and flying. Oh, by the way, I am on Center Street, so I'll be able to walk downtown just like I'm going to the popcorn festival, although in real life my actual house now is a lot closer to downtown than ever before. Like I could probably get to downtown from my current house in probably about 4 or 5 minutes. So yeah, out of the 3 legendary birds, Articuno is the best because there are better ways to get electric and fire types, but no good way to get an ice type other than Articuno. Now, there are 2 other legendaries in Gen 1. Known as the Mew duo. I mean, you guys know these 2, right? Mewtwo and Mew. Now, everyone always likes to go to Mewtwo. But as I once said in a previous video, at least I think, or probably will say about the time as this goes live. I honestly prefer Mew over Mewtwo. But the thing is that I like Mewtwo. I really do. He's big, ferocious, and badass. That, he kind of serves as the final boss. Especially when, you beat Elite Four. And when you beat the Elite Four and the champion, and when you yourself become said champion, and go into the unknown dungeon, it was known as the unknown dungeon in Gen 1, but in Gen 3, and nowadays, is known as Cerulean Cave, where the almighty Mewtwo resides. Oh god, a hearse. But yeah, I like Mewtwo a lot, but Mew is probably a lot better, honestly. Why is Mew a lot better? Well, for one, Mew and Mewtwo are the only Pokemon with some form of like a backstory, which is pretty cool. And probably the best one of all is that Mew can learn any and every move imaginable. But yeah, you know, Arceus would eventually do that same thing in Gen 4. Oh god! Well, yeah, Arceus would eventually do that all the way until Gen 4 in 2007. Literally 9 years since Pokemon's creation, and declaring that, hey, I'm Arceus, I'm the Pokemon god. But yeah, I just think that Mew can learn everything because, you know, Mew did it first. Because other than another Pokemon called Ditto, Mew and Ditto can effectively learn transform naturally. I mean, well, keep this in mind too. Ditto's only attack is transform. And Ditto is really not that good because basically it's just very, very versatile and very situational to the point that it's just bad. Meaning, it's one of those situational moves where it's like you want to like try it out for fun and see what happens. But they say that why Ditto's only attack is transform is because of it's part of the Ditto theory that Ditto is a failed clone of Mew, and then they perfected it, and that's how we got Mewtwo. So yeah, Legendary birds, best one is Articuno. Out of the Mew duo, it's Mew. But between Articuno and Mew, hands down, I'm sorry, it has to be Mew. Which, speaking of which, of this Gen 1 game that I'm planning on doing, Mew may or may not be one of my 6 main Pokemon. I'm not going to confirm or deny it. I'm just going to say that it may or may not. So it's pretty much up in the air right now for you guys, but it's completely confirmed for me. Alright, my group chat's blowing up. I mean, out of all the Pokemon Pops that there currently are, Well, the only one that I have right now, I actually have two Pops, but one's Pokemon and one's South Park. Because I bought... Okay, so the two Pops that I have is Bulbasaur, which I bought, for the hell of it. Because I'm like, Bulbasaur's my favorite starter. So I was like, I bought it at GameStop, but they had a Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. So I'm like, do I get the whole collection? That way I have all three starters. What do I do? So I decided to get Bulbasaur. And then I got a South Park Pop from one of my roommates for Christmas. It was Cartman. The one episode. What episode was that? Oh yeah, Faith Plus One. That was probably one of my favorite episodes ever. Alright, we're heading into downtown. Actually, I think we are. Oh, we're about to cross into downtown. But, yeah. Well, I haven't been inside this church in, a long time. I used to come inside this church all the time for a thing that my Boy Scout troop did called Neighborhood Supper. And it would be, I think it was either the first or second Tuesday of every month. But a couple years ago, they decided, you know what? We're not going to do this anymore. Sorry. It was a really good service project for us to do every month. But it just, the thing is that there's really, what's the word I'm trying to look for? I mean, you're basically feeding food to, homeless people. That's pretty much all you're doing. Oh, I can cross. So this is just a parking lot just to park in downtown. I never knew that. If we were having a popcorn festival, I would be right in the middle of the popcorn festival right now, which was really disappointing and upsetting that we didn't have it last year. Well, I mean, we really couldn't because, COVID. But, apparently, COVID is still a thing, but they haven't heard word about it this year, but, it's whatever. I crossed Prospect about a minute or so ago, and I'm about ready to cross Main Street. Now would probably be the best time to go. Okay. Alright, we're about to approach Prospect. Wait, no, Prospect, no, that's, what the hell, that's State Street. This is Prospect. What the hell was I thinking? Yeah, this building right up here, it used to be a video game store. Back in the day when it was a video game store. Man. It was one of the coolest things ever. And then I had to go to another game store that actually closed down like 2019. I'm like, god damn. So technically the only video game store we have here in town is GameStop. And at one point we had 2 GameStops in town. One right next to Walmart and one right inside the mall. And I remember the one in the mall very, very vividly. Because that was back in a time when, you know, they still had Game Boy Advance games. So this was back in like the mid to late 2000s. No one's turning? Okay, cool. This will be a blocked off road because of the popcorn festival, because, well, mainly especially over this part, because this is where the main stage was, which is where the bands Pop Evil and Hinder played, if you may remember from a lot of my early stuff. Pop Evil in 2018 and Hinder in 2019. The one thing I really didn't like about the Pop Evil concert was, one, it was raining. That was the only downfall about it. But other than that, it was a good concert. I was in the beer garden, so I was pretty close to the stage. Compared to everyone else, I was, you know, in the watching area. For Hinder, I think I remember where I was. I think I was right over there by that tree. Maybe. I don't know. You know what? There's no cars coming, so I'm just going to go ahead and go. Yeah. I'm glad that, well, the thing is, when I went to see Hinder in 2019, I should probably get over there on that street, because right over there's Pearl. But do I really want to cut through this parking lot? I mean, I could cut through the alley. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna cut through this alley. I'm just gonna cut through just so I can get onto Pearl, which is the street I need to get on. Yeah. But yeah. When I was at the the Hinder concert, I ran into an old friend from middle school that lives in, I think, in Illinois. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Because normally I run into her at least once a year at either the popcorn festival or the fair. But since, you know, it really costs like, it's $8 to get in at the fair. It's ridiculous. So I'm just like, you know what? It's not even worth it going to the fair anymore, because bare minimum, because if you're going every day of the entire week and you're paying $8 just to get in, you're spending at least like $40 just to get in. At least $40, unless you bought the season pass. Then you can get in without having to pay. Because the main thing I would do when I'm there was, well, one, walk around with my friends and buy food. That was literally all I did at the Popcorn Festival every year. Now not the Popcorn Festival, but the fair. Now, the Popcorn Festival is free to get into, but, you know, you just gotta know where everything is. And it's always tradition every year at the Popcorn Festival that I have to get Papa John's pizza, which, you know, I can get that any day. What's another thing I have to get every? Oh God, I have to get Dippin' Dots at least once, and then to I don't know, get something else. And since, you know, Popcorn Festival parking is also a good fundraiser for my scout troop, one thing I do is that I just walk down there and say hi to everybody. Oh yeah, I forgot the street's a two-way. Oh good, that gives me time for my feet to rest a little bit. Oh, I gotta pee. The good thing I'm almost at the house. Probably like a couple feet. Okay. I think that's enough recording for today. At least on my phone. I'm going to do a little bit more recording on my iPad because I got to record next week's subdivisions episodes. We're covering all the new countries. No, not new countries, but new states. You know, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, and New York. Yeah. All of them are next week. And I need to make sure they're all recorded and or uploaded by the time I wake up Monday morning. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just record. Well, I gotta gather up all the information first. I'll gather up all the information today. Probably this afternoon, honestly. And then I'll record. Probably either tonight or tomorrow morning. Or just sometime tomorrow. And I'll either upload either tonight, tomorrow at some point, or what will more likely happen, Monday morning. I have all the thumbnails done for everything else. But, you know, I just need to have everything recorded, which, you know, is the main thing. Alright. So, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video of whatever it may be. Thanks!